One of the most heartbreaking realities you discover if you pay attention to the lives of people who are in the process of becoming first generation achievers in their families is that they unknowingly repeat the patterns of their parents. And as a result, many times they fall right back into the life that they were initially running away from. I'm talking about first generation anything. First generation to be educated in the family, first generation to get a degree, first generation to get into a stable marriage, first generation to build wealth, right? If you are the first or you're in the first set trying to break into new grounds that people who have gone before you tried to get into but did not succeed, this applies to you. Like I said at the beginning, this is something you need to pay close attention to. If you do that, what you realize is that the major reason why many people in the process of becoming first generation achievers in their families repeat the patterns of their parents is that they understand what happened to their parents. Many of them know why it happened. They know the cause, but they have not paid attention to the details of how it happened. They haven't taken their time to study the granular details of how that thing panned out. This is so important because it's in ignorance, no matter how sincere, that negative patterns thrive. For example, if your dad came from poverty and then made some money at some point in his life and then eventually lost it, there are certain things I can tell you about him and your family without needing to know you personally, because it's the same pattern that everybody is following. Number one, they didn't know how to say no. And as a result, many people will take advantage of them. And because it is the nature of poverty to put you in an unending cycle of demand, they'll keep sucking from you to the point that you now realize that you have nothing for yourself. Secondly, dealing with a lot of entitled people that would say, we were there together when you were hustling, when you were nothing. And then because they were there, they now believe that now that you're something, they have a right to eat from your cake. Entitlement is something that comes with a package and it displays itself in different ways. One of the most brutal ways is black tax, where even your own family members don't see and understand that you need time to build stability. They keep sucking from you. Number three, insane work ethic, but zero financial literacy. They probably got into a business that someone convinced them, if you enter this business, you'll make a lot of money. But they don't understand how the business works. And then they invested money and they were either duped, or the person put them in debt, or the business just crashed and there was no profit whatsoever. It was just a waste of money. If you open your eyes, you realize that the same thing is happening today. A lot of parents made mistakes in the past because of the limited knowledge that they have. And now subconsciously, they are depending on you, to be the saving grace of the family. But look at you, you're just 22, 23 years old and you're making 100K as your first salary from school. In that 100K is your accommodation. If you're in Lagos and you're house hunting, you know that 100K a month is nothing. In that 100K, you're still sending money home for one sister or one brother or one need here or another need here. One uncle is calling you. Once you start making money, you must understand that you are not the savior. Your primary obligation is to build your own stability first. Be able to stand strong on both feet first before you start helping other people. Because if you die, if anything happens to you, if you stop being stable, they will survive. There is a time where you need to just pay attention to yourself. Now I understand that there are different realities and everything I'm saying is contextual. The big dreams, the visions, the ambitions that you nurse in your heart today, although they are good, it does not make you special. You're not the first. And the people that failed in their attempt to achieve those things are not dumb. They are smart people, but there are certain things that they didn't pay attention to. You go and study. Pay attention to the patterns, read in between the lines so that you don't fall for something that you're trying to run away from. What you just listened to is inspired by the true story of my father, who came from absolutely nothing, grew up in the village. His education stopped at primary 6, yet he made something out of himself and became a millionaire in his 30s, but then lost everything as well. But one thing I'm grateful for is that him and my mom did everything they could to ensure that my brother and I never make the mistakes that they made. Finally, 2025 is literally around the corner. If you want your personal or your business brand to stand out on social media, if you want to increase your sales, drive more traffic to what you're doing, you want to start cashing out on social media in 2025, we have created the most exceptional business and marketing program for you. This has delivered results for hundreds of people in at least 9 countries in the past 2 years. As usual, this is a time-bound offer and all you need to do is simply send us a DM and there are always people waiting to attend to you immediately.